Well, friends, today I'm going to talk about the animal distribution, which is the continuous and discontinuous distribution with examples. So, in the distribution of animals, several scientists are convinced that life came from sea, and from there the living organism conquered through the necessary evolutionary stages. Both the earth and the internal fresh water are the good habitats for the living organism. These steps moving from sea to the other environment occurred in very ancient time, when the living forms were poorly developed and poorly specialized. Later on, the living being, even though spreading all around, found impassable boundaries that confined them to certain regions. These boundaries were mountain ridges, deserts, sea, rivers, temperature, area, availability of water, and the presence of oxygen in that particular area, and the water, geological events like drifts, rising of sea, etc. Animals can be divided based on the ecological criteria in relation to the environment in which they are living into marine, freshwater and terrestrial organisms. Some of them they are living in the brackish water. Some of them they are separated from other organisms which are categorized as they are living in tunnels, caves and in the cracks of the ground. So these animals that all together composed of hypogean fauna. See the methods of distribution. Basically, two theories explain the spreading of animals all over the globe. One is continental drift hypothesis, and the second one is center of origin hypothesis. The continental drift hypothesis proposed by Wagner, according to him, the Earth was one whole mass when it was originated actually. But about 135 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period, the land mass fragmented into continents actually. With the fragmentation of land mass, animals are also distributed with the respective continents. The second hypothesis is that the center of origin hypothesis. According to this theory, the individuals of species spread out from the center of their origin because of their high reproductive capacity. See the classification of animal distribution here. So one is the geographical distribution and bathymetric distribution, and that is based on in the space actually. According to the time, it can be called as geologic distribution. That is what we call it as a durational distribution. In geographical distribution, there is no place on Earth's surface where life is not existing actually. You see that wherever you go you find animals actually. All over the Earth's surface organisms are distributed, but you cannot see that the same organisms are present in almost all the places actually. It is somewhere it is what we call as a space-specific distribution otherwise. The dense tropical forest, high mountain, hot and drought place like deserts, very cold polar regions life is existing. However, these places life is present but not in a uniform manner. Dispersal of animals, the causes for dispersal of animals are struggle for existence. One is, as I said earlier, it is a rapid multiplication, scarcity of food, shelter, mating place, etc. could be one reason. And continuous changing in climatic condition is also another factor for migration of organism from the original place to the secondary place actually. So coming to the barriers of dispersal, just I'm going to talk about this one in the later classes. However, so the first one is a topographic barrier, the climatic barrier, vegetative barrier, large water bodies barrier, and impurity, lack of salinity of water, etc. All these things are not just I'm going to talk in the next class actually. What is the means of dispersal here? Land bridges, natural rafts and driftwoods, favoring gales actually. Land bridges, say an example Panama, which bridges the what you call the Central and South America, where the animals like wolves, cats and horses can move or that migrate from Central to the South America. The natural rafts and the driftwoods, example terrestrial animals also take a lift of drifting, that is a floating material by which they enable them to accomplish over the water journey actually. For an example, polar bears are also carry the floating shore ice actually. Mass of driftwood, creepers and leaves and other natural rafts are also helping in the disposal of organisms. That is also true actually. Favoring gales actually. Many animals like insects, birds and bats disperse through a strong wind actually. An example, European bird is transported to America by way to Iceland and Greenland. Bathymetric distribution. Bathymetric distribution concerns itself with a vertical range of organisms in space actually. That is from the highest alpine peak to the abyssal depth of the sea actually. A series of variation can be seen easily in animal from height to depth actually. Breathing, if animal is completely terrestrial and breathe in air, it cannot live in the water. And those who are completely aquatic, they cannot breathe in the air actually. So this is one factor. Substratum play a very important in organisms distribution. Some of them are great swimmers, some of them they are walkers, some of them they are runners, like that. So the substratum play very, very important for distribution of organisms. Animals living in the water have several limitation factors such as fresh water and salt water. You know that, they have marine water fishes, marine water organisms and freshwater organisms. So sometimes these organisms cannot live in the freshwater organisms cannot live in the marine water completely, or marine water animals cannot live in the fresh water for a long time. However, so certain organisms like eels, salmon, trouts, etc., they move from freshwater to marine water to freshwater for a short period of time for breeding purpose actually. So these animals in the water that can be divided into two things. One is the pelagic zone and benthic zone actually. Pelagic zone, the organisms which are living in the water, say example microscopic planktons and nectons. And the benthic zone, the organisms which are living in the bottom of the water, the interface between the land and water, these organisms are called as benthic organisms. So these are differently distributed organisms. And of course, the geological distribution, that is a durational distribution. Based on that, eras are there, periods are there, epochs are there. So during this classification, you can see that many number of organisms evolved actually. Archaeozoic and Proterozoic were the unicellular organism like arose and the low organizations. This is what we call it as age of primitive marine invertebrates. An example, sponges were there, marine algae were there. Under this Paleozoic era, where the age of fishes, under this Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian and Devonian periods are there. Mississippian, Pennsylvanian and Permian period, where large number of fishes and some of the terrestrial organisms like amphibians also evolved during this period actually. During Mesozoic era, this is what we call it as the age of reptiles. Triassic and Jurassic period where fishes are already existing and amphibians were existing, and great number of reptiles, birds and mammals evolved. However, mammals are very low. Small mammals evolved during this period actually. Flying reptiles, reptile-like birds were recorded in this period actually. Say an example, Archaeopteryx and all other things, originated from this period actually. Cretaceous period, rise in flowering plants, mammals were numerous but very, very small, as I said earlier. Birds were modern with the teeth actually can be seen during this period actually. So in Cenozoic era, we call it as age of mammals. The Paleocene epoch, where the dinosaurs apparently extinct and replaced by mammals actually. Eocene epoch, where warm-blooded and mammals evolved. Oligocene, Miocene, and Pliocene. In this period, this is what we call the glacial age. Evolution of mammal took place, and first man-like ape exists during this period. And several placental animals diversified during this period, during this epoch. The formation of new land bridges took place. Many migration occur all over the world during this Pliocene epoch. During the Pleistocene and the Psychocene epoch, that is what we call it as the age of man, some animals evolved in warmer interglacial area. The age of mammal began with the greater perfection of man mentality also took place in this thing. Pattern of distribution, animal distribution. Animals are not uniformly distributed on land and water as we have seen. They are restricted to certain areas by several factors such as climate, food, shelter, etc. as said earlier. On the basis of above said restriction factors, animals are distributed and classified into four categories. One is the continuous distribution, discontinuous distribution, bipolar distribution, isolated distribution. My dear friends, you are going to see that continuous and discontinuous distribution, whereas bipolar and isolated distribution, it is not included in our topics actually. So, continuous distribution. Wide range of animals distributed throughout the world in all climatic zones or in all the confinement is called as continuous distribution. And such type of animals are called as eurytopic animals actually. These eurytopic animals are adapted to wide variety of environment conditions. So they are not specific to any particular type of food actually. They are adapted to different type of food material actually. Many have special power to cross barrier by flight or by rafting or by swimming. They are capable of doing all these things. For example, rat, bat, owl, cockroach, flies, lizard, mosquito, snakes, and man can move from one place to another place by any means actually. Many of eurytopic animals have continuous distribution because they are companion of man and have travelled to long distance with him actually. See? So wherever we go, some of the animals they come or they follow like that. So continuous distribution has following types actually. One is the cosmopolitan distribution, circumpolar, circumboreal, and circumancral distribution. Cosmopolitan distribution occur all the climatic zones. It's an example are circumpolar distance, animal are species found in the particular pole of the globe, that is polar bear. Circumboreal and circumancral distribution, animal or species which are distributed in a near continuous belt in the temperature region of the northern or southern hemisphere are said to be the circumboreal or circumstral distribution respectively. Circumboreal, it is distributed toward the northern hemisphere. Circumancral, it is distributed toward the southern hemisphere. Coming to the discontinuous distribution. When continuity of distribution of species is broken by uninhabited area, which are sometimes very large stretch of ocean, or a species distributed in two or more widely separated geographical area are called as discontinuous distribution. So it's not a continuous distribution. It is contrary to continuous distribution. So the discontinuous distribution has a lot of factors play a role. There are four reasons why animals are distributed in widely separated areas. Okay. Animals reach distant area by different routes actually. Say, insects, snails and rats by rafting, turtles by swimming, and birds by favoring gales, storms, that is the wind flow. So based on that, they can reach in a very far distance places actually. The species were earlier distributed continuously, but the land masses in the intermediate area submerged, breaking the species into widely separated populations. So sometimes the islands are there, and the islands are what is that, submerged in the water. So these animals might be isolated from the original population because they cannot come to what is that original population. That becomes a new area, new species actually. Continental drift separates the continents and carry the isolated animals to long distance actually. Sometimes the continental drift, any kind of a barrier in between the two, what is that, the continents that make the animals to resist to move across. A widely distributed species can become extinct in the immediate area due to change in climate to which the species is unable to adapt actually. Examples of discontinuous distribution. So an example, Peripatus has 75 species distributed in Southeast Asia, East India, Australia, New Zealand, Africa and Central America. Another one is alligators occur in America and Asia. 2 species of elements are surviving today, Laxodonta africana in South Africa, while another elephant, Elephas maximus, found in India, Burma, Thailand and Sri Lanka, are something like a discontinuous examples for discontinuous distribution in the world. Thank you, my dear friends. Now this is about the distribution of organisms with an example. Please, you follow the next lecture to continue to have a continuous knowledge about the distribution of organisms in the world. Thank you very much.